Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yeah, baby, listen, I just had a really long day, and if you allow me a couple minutes just to unwind, I'm gonna talk
Yo,
to
bro,
you.
I'm
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
You think
bro.
you is very white?
Yo, bro,
Listen,
that's how you gotta be, though. I'm still learning that.
You gotta
bro.
do it, man. I bet you get what you want. You better turn into fucking
do
Barry
it,
White.
but you're right. But in the heat of the moment, ain't nobody.
Listen, and that's the.
You gonna think you're a sucker?
We have to.
Shut up, boy.
That's what we don't want, though.
You
right?
ain't no man.
Hey, yo, if your girl look at you and tell you to shut up after you.
Shut up.
Man, shut your punk ass up. Before I drop you like I did this bitch. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Fresco of House Fresh, first of his name, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, King of the motherfucking North, rightful king of all the 7 kingdoms, the Andals, and the first men. You can follow me on Twitter at Fresco Bin Famous, that's B-I-N Famous, and on Instagram at Fresco Fame. Swag your boy out.
And it's your boy Flaw 700, a.k.a. Flaw Claw Van Dam, a.k.a. Flaw Cigar. A.K.A. your boy, Dumb Some Goy. Saki Sue.
Sock it to me.
I sock it to you. And we are the podcast brothers, man. And this is episode 126. We are live in downtown Trenton once again. Starbucks. Shout out to Starbucks for having us. This is a beautiful spot that we're in.
Yeah.
We always get compliments on the pictures with the nice graffiti and the things of that nature and the lighting. And we just here again. I keep forgetting. You keep doing your introductions and you do the Game of Thrones. Are you excited about it?
Nigga, that's all the fuck I've been talking about since it turned 2019. I can't wait.
When is it
for
drop?
season 8, April 14th, man.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, April 14th.
And we
Game
getting-
of Thrones season 8. And the first 2 episodes is 60 minutes, and then the rest of the episodes for the rest of the season is 80 minutes. So the shit gonna be outstanding, I know.
Nice.
It's gonna be outstanding, I know. Don't bother me Sunday night come April, bitch. Don't do it. Don't fuck do it.
Yeah, man. But we got a special guest in the building. Fresco, you want to do the honors?
Absolutely. I've known this gentleman since we was knee high. Well, he was never quite knee high. I was knee high. He was always taller than me. Outstanding gentleman, a world renowned specialist in the art of the shoe game.
Sir.
If you bought shoes from the area of Trenton or anywhere, actually, because he mails them out too. If you bought shoes lately from anybody in the tri-state area in Trenton, it was probably him. We got the OG sneakerhead 609 Bashawn in the building, man.
What's going on,
What's
y'all?
up, boy?
How you, bro?
Chilling,
Appreciate
man.
y'all for having me,
Yeah,
man.
man. I
Appreciate
have known
you
this
coming
dude
through.
since Gregory School.
Yeah, man.
Elementary school.
Then
And like I said-
Granville.
Yeah, then
Remember them
Granville.
days? Yeah, man.
Throwback.
So we like to start our weeks off with, like to start our episodes off with how our weeks went. And since you're the guest, Bashawn, you want to tell us how your week went?
I had a wonderful week, man. It's just a blessing waking up every day, man. You know, doing it again, man. Other than that, I mean, I go to work, enjoy my wife, enjoy my life, man. So it's been a wonderful week for me, man.
That's good news. That's all.
Enjoy my wife, enjoy my life. We're going to
Is that
talk
the name
about
of the
that.
episode?
Yes, sir.
No, we're going to talk about that later.
Is that the name of the
Can it be
episode
flipped? I'm enjoying my life. And if my wife, nah.
I'm gonna enjoy my life, and if my wife ain't right, then she out my life.
I don't think it works that way.
That was a
Sounds
one right
good.
there, man.
Sounds good. My week, so your boy went back to playing basketball.
Oh man,
Your boy, can I get a round
Yeah,
of fucking applause? God damn, he'll never do it.
I
unless
remember
it's for
them
himself.
days, man.
I was looking
Yo,
for
can you tell him, son?
Yeah, you used to put it down,
Can you
man.
tell him?
when I ever said you was trash.
I never did. I say that's what you said. Damn, guilty as shit.
He had them bunnies too. You had them bunnies too.
Damn. Thank you, man. I just wanted him to let people know. You know what I'm saying? But I got back into the gym last week, and your boy still got a jump shot, man. Stamina's fucked up though. Yeah. That shit is
I
non-existent.
got one jump shot per game.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. This Asian dude whipped my ass. When I say Linsanity is real,
Yeah.
that shit was real. I said, damn, man. Now, most of the problem was that I didn't have the stamina to like recover off his move to put the effort into putting the block.
Damn.
So when I didn't do it, he netted that shit. But when I actually put the effort to it, I blocked the shit. So that's how I knew it was more in me than him. But I let him have it. You know what I'm saying? So he waxed me. He had a nice little shot, but it was whatever. I still competed. So that was cool. For my first time back, I ain't played ball in like 4 or 5 years. Like dead serious. I was sore as a bitch afterwards.
So you going back tomorrow then?
Talk to me tomorrow. Talk to me tomorrow, my brother. But nah, my week was cool, man. Yeah, tax money dropped. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good, man. Time with my son, just chilling.
That's it.
Yeah,
man. Still bonding time with my daughter. It's crazy. Kind of been out the loop of the world because when you got that baby, like
the clock is different.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Everything's off. I actually go back to work tomorrow, which will be today when you guys get to hear this. So I'm actually mentally preparing for that now. Nice. Because you get back to that waking up at a certain time. So yeah, we've been doing that.
Get no sleep.
Definitely, but it comes with the job, and I'm definitely prepared for that. Like I actually like when she cries at 3, 4 in the morning, I just get up.
You get up, yeah.
Nice.
What you need, diaper, milk, or you just like last night we just was chilling watching the Tupac and Biggie Unsolved series on Netflix.
And your 3-week-old daughter,
she was sitting there, eyes open. She was watching.
You can't turn the Teletubbies enough.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Nah, bro, you're gonna get to that point because I was like that, man.
Eventually, but she 10 days.
Okay.
We watching Tupac and Biggie.
Yo, bro, my pop was like, man, big as you is, man, you got a soft spot for her.
Hey, what? Hey, man, them girls.
Man, it's like that.
I was listening to a podcast. I'm going to still go with my week, but I was listening to a podcast the other day, Views from the 7, I believe, and they had somebody on there, and he just was like, he ain't want no son because he knew his son wouldn't change him. So when he was expecting, his girl was expecting, he was hoping for a daughter because he knew the daughter would change him, and that's what he got. Oh, wow. I was like, yo, that's good point, because when you got a little boy, you rough with, and you man, you gonna do what I do, dress how I dress, rock what I rock, but a girl,
it's a whole different mind.
I don't know. I slightly disagree, but that's another topic for another day.
I mean, nothing's 100. You know what I mean?
I get what he's saying. Though.
Yeah, like
I respect
for
it.
some.
Yeah,
maybe for me, maybe for him, maybe for a lot. There are some where no matter what the sex of the baby is, the gender of the baby, you're going to change. Yeah. I get that. So yeah, with that being said, but one of the funny things about my daughter is like when I cuff her, when I hold her, she be trying to reach for my chest like I got titties.
You do.
And it'd be funny. It'd be wild funny because the baby, the mouth be strong as hell. Like, nah, baby girl. Nah, don't applaud for that. But that'd be the funny part. I'd be like, yo, it's just precious moments like that. Yeah. So me being home, I've been watching a lot of documentaries, man, and I just took a lot from a lot that I saw. Nice. Shout out to Hulu, man. I watched the Whitney Houston docu.
Hulu like $5.99 now. They trying to compete with Netflix and shit because they shit went up.
Yeah, but if you get like the Showtime edition, you got to add some money to it. So I watched
subscribe to Showtime on his own.
I watched the Whitney Houston docu, which was fire. Excuse me, it's pretty dope. I watched the Michael Jackson docu, and I watched Teddy Pendergrass documentary. Man,
Tyrese is actually paying Teddy,
and I don't understand that. I don't get it. I seen it. I
got to check that one out.
I don't see the two though. Like Tyrese don't sing like Teddy Pendergrass, but
why are you looking like that? Yeah, we got Big J in the building. By the way,
shout out to Big J.
Shout out to Big J. He over here making all these type of facial expressions and everything flaws.
That's what he do though. Like early in the week, I'm about to listen to this show. You gonna piss me off? You didn't even listen to it yet. He just be premeditating me.
Because man, he listened to the show enough to know about the bullshit.
Okay, but Tyrese does not sound like Teddy P. What's his name? Jaheim had in his prime. I thought we did compare Jaheim to Teddy P, though.
Nigga, you seen Jaheim lately?
No. Yes, he's falling off. But Jaheim in his prime.
He's fell.
Jaheim in his prime would have been, but I don't know who they could pick. But I don't know. Tyrese it is. But with that being said, this isn't a question that's on the docket, but it's just something that I'm interested in asking myself and asking you guys. Whitney, Michael, and Teddy P, to me, fell off from their own vices. You know what I'm saying? It was just like Whitney couldn't, the drugs, the lifestyle. Michael Jackson, they said he was broke and that's why he wanted to do the tour. Whitney was broke. That's why she went on tour. She tried to, she couldn't sing. But what do you think would be your personal vice that would take you down if you was to become big and famous? Like a self-sabotage. I'm trying to think, what would it be? Mm-hmm. Like if you don't got to answer, that's cool. But I'm just thinking all these greats, they do it to themselves. Like Sam Cooke. He couldn't stay away from the women, and the madam shot him dead. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that.
It's something, man.
It's something that we do that be like self-sabotage. Like, bruh, kick the hat. Like, it's tough. Could be money, could be anything, man.
I don't know, man. That's a hard ass question,
It
bro.
is. I couldn't think of one myself. So
it's a whole bunch of shit that probably take me down. I like a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Everything I thought about, I said, damn. Damn shit.
I think,
wrong?
I mean, I will say like family.
family.
Yeah, because when you get that fame, you know, a lot of hate come with it. And it's more hate from the family. Being the fact that it's that long-term family that you never saw in 10 years, but you famous now. Now they feel like they entitled.
Yeah.
You know, and then that just keep buzzing in your ear. I mean, other than the money, that might bring me down too, having so much money. But I think it's like the family and your surrounding folks. Like, if they ain't loyal to you, like that might derail you.
Kind of like what we was talking about with these scratch-offs. If I scratch off for $1 million, I'm gonna be the most hated man in my family because everybody think I owe him something.
They're entitled to something, man.
I always said if I always came across a large chunk of bread and I break people off, you got to sign this agreement that this is it. Now you got to make something out of whatever is being given to you.
That sound good, right?
That sounds legit.
You have to sign this dotted line. Yeah, I got how much bread I got. I just came up on 300 mil. All right, boom. Here you go, Flaw. Here go 50 mil. Now after this 50 mil go, motherfucker, if you blow this.
50 mil? Oh, I'm never coming to see you.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Don't you ever. I just gave you 50 mil.
First off,
don't you ever come to me and talk about some bro, I'm fucked up.
How much money did you win if you can give me 50
I just said
million?
300 mil.
300? You give me 50? That's too much.
Yeah,
I
50, that's mom and dad money.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I would never
like, what
really
did you
give
give mom? Like,
Hold on. I would never really give his ass 50 million. We were just talking exemplary shit. I
wouldn't even take that from you because I know I probably have more money than you after it's all said and done. 50 mil is a lot.
Real generous, man.
Thank you.
I've been having backsmashes, goddammit.
Thank you.
Well, that's an investment then, because you always owe me, nigga. You. That's always a favor. But anyway,
so before we get into this week's episode, I just want to acknowledge, man, the beauty that was the Oscars this a few days ago, where so many women and so many people of color took home some awards, man. There was so much diversity, man. So shout out to the production designer Hannah Beachler. I hope I'm saying her name, Beachler, and probably not. And the costume designer Ruth Carter, they became the second and third African American women to win non-acting Oscars for their work on the Black Panther. So we're going to give them that round of applause. You know what I mean?
that's right.
Major.
Yeah. Also, Peter Ramsey became the first black person to win an award for Best Animated Movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Shout out to that.
I was thinking about seeing that.
I saw it. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
My guy, Cottonmouth, a.k.a. Mahershala, and I'm probably saying his name wrong again.
Probably.
Mahershala Ali. He won Best Supporting Actor for his movie, The Green Book. He also won last year for Moonlight, Best Supporting Actor. So he's the second person, the second black man, besides Denzel, to win 2 Oscars.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you actually seen any of his movies?
Yo, that Moonlight.
I seen Moonlight.
That's one movie I didn't see. Like, someone just posted something on Facebook, like the 46 black movies. Have you seen all of them? And like, this the only one, Moonlight. I've never seen that before.
I seen Moonlight, but I'm
gonna keep it a buck. Every movie or anything I've ever seen him in, I didn't know he was going to be in it. It's like, oh shit, there go my man. Like, well, it's always one. Oh shit, my man. I can't pronounce his name.
Isn't that really what the Oscars be about? Like, how many movies have we saw besides the Black Panther and the Black Klansman? Like, the Oscars really are filled with movies we ain't seen anyway.
Right, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Like, who's really? I really don't value those awards. The Grammys.
Wait. One more.
My fault. Yeah,
and last but not least, you know what I mean, the big boy, the one that we've been championing all year, Black Panther, the first superhero movie to get Best Picture Oscar nomination, took home 3 awards in total. So shout out to the Black Panther movie, the only movie in Marvel history to win awards, and they won 3. Holla at your boys.
I got one more for you. I don't know if he won. Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. His name was on my list, and I
Okay.
forgot to mention him.
That was major.
Shout out to Spike Lee.
He a major key in the sneaker game too. That's why I had to bring it to y'all attention, man.
Appreciate that.
Spike Lee been around for a while. I think it was like 30 years before he touched one. So that's dope. I did see that one.
Was he ungrateful though when he didn't win the award? He actually wanted to win.
Probably.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you keep?
No, I didn't see it. I read the article that he actually, won after so many years, and then
He won for the Black Klansman, but then when the Best Picture came up, he was nominated. That movie was nominated, but the Green Book won, and he wasn't feeling that.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't feeling that.
Yeah,
All right, Spike.
Be happy with the one.
happy with the one.
After 30 years, just
Exactly.
leave on a high note, bro.
One last thing.
Don't let it be another 30.
A record
No
15 women won Oscars that night, beating out the previous record of 12 in 2014 and 2016. So, I mean, I think that we all need to celebrate that because, well, when it comes to the Oscars, to us, the best movies never win. So if they just want to say, okay, let's let black people and women win this year, so what? Right. They still won.
Yeah.
That don't mean like the best movies or the best actors and actresses don't win every year. It's just sometimes they just put who they want in there. But what you saying about the Oscars and the movies?
I don't value them the way that it is viewed amongst like the society, like those higher honor awards, because half the time I've never seen the films that actually win, and when I do watch the films that do win, I don't see whatever it was that won that award half the time. So my measurement scale on what an Oscar worthy movie is completely different for whatever criteria they base their their standings on to vote for these movies or nominate these movies.
Well, that's because, not only because, but they kept us out. Like a few years ago, they had a hashtag Oscars so white. Like they wasn't including women, people of color, or nobody. So we don't watch that stuff.
Right.
But what we do know is the Oscars is the top dog. So if we did a movie and it got nominated for an Oscar, I'm gonna go from F the Oscars in 2019 to we nominated in 2020?
Oh yeah,
let's go, dog.
We balling.
So
it's lit all over. It's really lit.
Yeah. So all right. So before we get into the interview, can you please just introduce yourself one more time and just tell the people where you from?
Tell them what you do,
tell them what you do.
No doubt, man. Everybody know me as Bashawn. Sneaker name is OG Sneakerhead. And I'm from Trenton, North Trenton, to be exact.
Yeah.
Been around for a while, man. In regards to getting sneakers, Jay know this. We've been getting sneakers ever since elementary school. Being the first one to have them, or coming to school like back in the day. Now they call it bullying, which is deep because I think about it all the time. How we used to crack jokes on people's shoes. But coming up in the era we was in, from where we
all
from, when you had dope kicks, you was somebody, you know what I'm saying? We don't even care about your outfit, but long as you had dope kicks, 9 times out of 10, it had to be J's.
Yeah.
And it was it made you feel like somebody. So, I like to thank my mom for this. My mom was the one who she made sure every Friday when George came out, I got my joints. So,
them J's.
That was good. And then I started working, man. By 14, I was working, doing construction with my pop, and that's all I was buying. I was spending money on sneakers every week.
For me, I must have missed that train. I didn't realize how important sneakers were until the 6th grade, where one of my boys came into school and he had on Timbs. I ain't think nothing of it, but all the girls, they would walk up to him and look down. Oh, yeah, he got the tree on his shoe. He got the tree. He got the tree. And I'm just like,
it was a big deal,
It was a big deal. So one day, and I told the story before, my mom took me sneaker shopping. She couldn't afford much. So she took me to Payless. And I chose an all black pair of sneakers on purpose. So it didn't say Spalding or anything on the side.
Right.
It was all black. I tried to get him with that.
He tried to not get checked. He tried to get not to get his tag checked.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing.
Looking at your feet.
Let me see the tag.
I was almost getting away with it until my man, and he's still my man to this day, was chilling. And he looked down.
Name.
Amon.
Oh,
my nigga Amon.
He tore him up.
He looked down. But no. He was trying to big me up, but he brought too much attention because I'm chilling. And he looked down. He said, "Yo, Red, you got new shoes? Yo, what kind are they?" Shit.
He put him right up on Front Street.
I'm like, they Nikes.
At this moment, he knew he fucked up.
I think the school day was almost over.
Yeah.
I was just like, they Nikes. And I'm like, yo, the name on the bottom. They say Nike on the bottom.
He really wanted to know.
Yo, it takes one person to pull that pants leg up.
One person, yo. I think my first pair of shoes that I remember getting that meant something to me was the Iverson Questions with the blue tip. 3rd grade. Nigga, I got them shoes, boy. Dog. Walking down the hallway with the latest kicks on. It's like
nobody can't tell you nothing.
You the
man.
You the man. I'm in fucking 3rd grade. My strut was on OD. Nigga, I got the Iversons on. Fuck you talking about?
You can't say nothing to me.
This was 96, 97. Iverson was the man.
Funny thing about you was Were you still walking not to put a crease in your sneakers back then too?
Bruh, I used to walk like a duck.
This nigga
I used to walk like a duck on purpose so that I wouldn't do the natural shoe fold. I didn't want to crease my shoes.
Bro, I'm like that now, bro. That's why I don't. That's why I do not wear a majority of my classic sneakers, man.
One thing before we one more thing before we came, I actually went to the sneaker store, and because I'm so unseasoned, like I'm trash with my sneakers.
What you buy? Them Perry
It took a lot for me to buy these Air Maxes, and then when I left the store, I'm like, man, that was too much money for me.
Yeah, that's 170.
180, I think.
Okay.
I think I paid 180. I'm just like, man, I can't do that because I'm not used to it.
Right.
So I went to the store today just to check, and I'm just like, nah, I could probably freak those, but I ain't no freaker. I was like, nah. I like to stay basic with my colors. So I just left not buying nothing. But if I was a sneakerhead, I probably would have racked up on something.
Yeah, this game get expensive, man.
I'm just not that guy.
Expensive,
It
man.
do. It's a taste for it. So let's get into it, man. How long you been buying and selling kicks?
I've been buying. I say, graduated college 2010, and before I was just collecting. Have sneakers, wearing them. Didn't appreciate them that much. Wearing one time, get rid of them, pass them down, whatever. Yeah. And then I went to like a sneaker show in New York, like 2011, and I seen how much money you can make off the resale value, even if your shoes was worn. It's like, oh man, I got like 120 pairs at the crib. Like it's time to get in.
Yeah.
After that, I did a few. I started off slow. Get 2 pairs. That's all my money can afford. 2 pairs, 2 turned into 4. And then I did a show myself, like actually vending at one of these shows in New York. And I actually took my pop. My pop always used to yell at me and say, yo, why you spending $200 on sneakers? Like he was always about saving his money. He's like, nah, put that $200 in the bank. Save it for a rainy day. I'm like, nah, Pop, I need these. I took him to the show. We were setting up. The show probably started at like 3. We were setting up. At 2:30, a guy behind me had the Red Octobers. Mind you, Red Octobers go for like 4,000 or 5,000. I mean, that's at a low ball. Low.
I don't know that.
He saw the transaction behind us. It took place. The guy sold him these Red Octobers for 4,500. The sneakers retailed for like 200, 250 or something like that. Yo, my pop saw that. Was like, yo, I need in. And he been rocking with me. Him and my wife been rocking with me ever since, man. Like, and on the investment side, supporting me, whether we got to camp out, they got to camp out with me. Like, they put it in. You get what I'm saying? So, so I say ever since like 2011, we really got started, and we still moving, man.
What did you go to college for?
I went to college for business marketing.
Oh, cool. So I knew
exactly.
It. I knew
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
you already hit it. It's just like, okay, I'm going to college for this, and
Got
then
the lane.
I see a business opportunity. I'm all over it.
I eventually wanted to create my own sneaker, though.
Okay.
That was the mindset. But, like going through college and working for a Fortune 500 company where I was doing like little sales here, little marketing was boring to me. So I just put that to the side, like,
Good thing you didn't have that Kanye mentality. Because his mentality is, I want my own clothing line. I want to create this instead of saying, okay, this is probably tougher than I thought or not what I wanted to do. Let me do something else. He's really still trying to
How do you know
create that thing.
Nah, but he booming, though.
He booming, but remember his fight was, I want to be just as big as them,
Nike.
These people. And so many people were trying to block him, and that produced his tantrum.
Right.
You was just like, I want to create sneakers, but you know what? Maybe not right now. Let me go do something else until then.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just like there's always options.
How do you know? So like they do sneaker shows, like they do car shows. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like big conventions, man. 300-400 people.
Come on to the mic.
300-400 people. Some of the, you go to the big time shows like Sneaker Con and Soul Exchange, you might get 1,000 people. Like New York is that's a big market, man. So people from Delaware, people fly out. Like these shows take place in Cali too. So Complex. Like these are big shows. And when you see it, you're like, oh man, I didn't even know sneakers was like this.
Which one you went to? Which one the furthest you went to?
Furthest show I went to was probably New York. But in regards to going to get sneakers, man, I did Toronto, Chicago. Like wherever a Jordan store open, I'm flying to go get it. Like,
Oh shit.
Was it like more exclusive sneakers in Toronto? What you
well,
say?
Toronto was All-Star Weekend when we flew down.
Okay.
Me and my partner and my wife, we flew down. And basically what they were doing, like a little pop-up shop. Usually All-Star Weekend, they do pop-up shops or, when they do certain events for different releases. So we figure we'd fly out there at the same time. This when Drake signed with Jordan. So we know we was going to get some OVOs. OVOs retail was $200. They were selling for like $600-700. So I know if I get a few pairs of them and bring them back, to the city, I'll be cool. So we did that. We flew out there on like a Wednesday, camped out from Wednesday night. The store opened Friday at 6:23 in the morning. And we had a hotel right down the street. Mind you, it was negative 34 degrees.
Damn. Toronto.
They put a state of emergency out on the city of Toronto, so we couldn't camp out no longer. So what Jordan did was he came through, cut a check.
Jordan who?
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He came
Toronto?
through in Toronto. It was All-Star Weekend. That was his store, the Jordan store. He came through, said, you know what? They told him state of emergency. Had to be like 200 people camping out. And it's like a 3-day span too. Yeah. He cut a check for $1.2 million, and it was an atrium right next to the Jordan store. He let us kick it up in there, man. He gave us hot cocoa. He bought like food for us.
Michael Jordan bought you hot cocoa.
Listen, that was the best camp out I ever had in my life.
Wow. So that's crazy.
So basically, you do with sneakers what a lot of people are doing with these homes.
Oh, man, with everything, man. Flip. That's all you do. Whether it's $20, it's on the positive side. I'm cool.
That's how I feel with my scratch-offs. We talked about that before.
Absolutely, man.
I spent wild bread on scratch-offs. Now, I'm going to keep it funky. I went to the store.
But that's not the same because you might not get shit on.
No. But it's still like we don't know if the sneaker's going to sell.
Right.
Or
it's all about the. It's like Wall
back.
Street. It's like Wall Street. They got a Wall Street for it. It's called StockX.
Man, you know them shoes going to sell. Get the fuck out
Not
of here.
all of them.
Sometimes I go to his Instagram page and I be like, let me go back to see if them shoes still that I was looking at. And I see him talking to people in the comments from like
that's
13
to the
weeks
seller.
ago.
That's to the seller.
Okay.
Because I will say I know how to move them things.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. You know they're going to sell it. You know when you get a pair, you know who going to buy them, what niggas, what clients of yours this is specifically going to be. You know what I'm saying? You know them shit's going to fly.
Like I was saying,
he buy scratch-offs, he going to get zero.
No. My strategy has been working. But like I was saying, I actually went and spent $100 on scratch-offs. I knew I was going to win something because I bought $100 of the same ticket.
You bought almost a book.
Right. There's got to be something in the middle.
Absolutely.
Which it was. I wound up winning $140.
$40 profit.
I win.
I'm with that.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, you had a chance to win $2-3 million. See, I'm all about possibilities.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So what's something about buying and selling kicks that most people don't know?
Oh man, the money on it, man. Like a lot of times, I got a spot that I camp out. Is a nail salon or a nail shop right next to it. A lot of people come through laughing. You staying out here 2-3 hours, ma'am? Do you understand? This is a $200 pair of sneakers. I'm selling for $600. If I get 20 pairs, you do the math.
Yeah,
people don't know that,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So that's what really a lot of people don't understand. Like why we stand out there for all these hours.
But not everybody does that.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody had a niche.
No, I understand the aspect of standing out to get your money. It's a business for you. But I ain't about to stand out there just to be wearing a motherfucker.
Wait a minute.
I did do it one time, though.
It's 2019. Let's start this campaign. Stop shaming those who stand in line for Jordans.
Oh, my man. I like that.
Oh, you
like that.
Is that the name of the episode?
No, I don't know. I just kind of a long title, but we need to start that because they do that for everything else. We're no longer shaming anybody who waits in line for sneakers.
Everybody had a niche,
bullying.
man. I see people do it for like basketball cards. Remember back in the day we used to collect basketball cards,
X-Men cards,
bottle tops. Yeah. I mean, people do it for game systems too, man.
Absolutely.
Pokemon cards, shit.
Like, don't let 2K or something come out at midnight.
Oh man,
the day before.
Facts,
I used to do that.
Or Madden.
Yeah. Purple Pizza be rocking at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, man.
Purple Pizza be lit with them niggas waiting for Call of Duty to drop on Olden Avenue, nigga.
Facts.
They be out there.
Yeah, right. And you gotta stop shaming them people. Like as far as the video games, like when you take off a week because a new game came out.
Yeah. Let me, nigga. I'm not into video games like that. But when I find the one I like, I don't want to do nothing else.
That's it.
I want to play that fucking game.
You know what I hate though? It's like when you do buy a game and you go to work. It's an 8-hour shift. So by the time you get off work, you unwrap the plastic, you put the game in. Somebody's already played the game. The whole 24 hours has been out. And you got to catch this person. Yeah. It's like, bro, did you eat? Did you sleep? Yeah. Did you go to work?
How you got that much time?
All right. So, what is your all-time favorite sneaker?
My all-time.
Give me your top 3.
I'm gonna give you. All right, I do top 3. My top 2 is on my logo, man. It's the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 11. A lot of you guys know is the Bread 11.
Yeah,
that's like a classic and a true, not true blue. I say the Bread 3 is my favorite too.
Bread 3. Same color concept?
Same color concept, man. That's like OG colorway. That's the original Chicago Bulls colorway. A lot of people getting messed up wearing Jordans, but they wearing Jordans with purple and orange. like I'm a classic dude. I'm 33.
They all retros.
Right.
They rocking all the retros. They don't know they the OG joint.
With Nike Air on the back, too.
Right. What's your all-time favorite sneakers, Flaw?
I just told you I ain't no sneakerhead, man.
Man, but you know, you like sneakers.
You gotta have something that you saw,
you know
like, yo.
You ain't that fucking old.
Yes, that's a crazy question. My all-time favorite sneaks, man.
He turns into a game show. Well, that's a crazy question, though. Sweating under his toupee and shit, right?
I'm gonna definitely have to go like just with like some Air Max. And I remember just getting a little bit of respect when I had the blue joints. I was in junior 2 and I was in 8th grade, so that was around like 97.
Oh yeah.
So the Air Max 97s came out, even though they had my feet looking like boats because they was long. But still, when I had them on, that was the first time I felt like, okay, my mom actually spent money on me finally, and it paid off. You know what I mean? So I have to go Air Maxes. I've never bought a pair of Jordans, so I can't really say Jordans. And my sneaker style, since I'm always like, I'm just plain, kind of like corny side, so I always stay with like a black pair. Gotcha. So I would just say like, a fresh pair of black Nikes and Air Maxes.
Ain't nothing wrong with them.
That's classic.
It's safe. It's
Yesterday,
safe though. Was
it 3-1 or 3-2? It's actually Air Max Day.
Mm-hmm.
So Nike do a big thing where they release dope Air Maxes, which they did yesterday. Yesterday and the day before, like all different colors and concepts, and it's basically say have a nice Nike day, basically something like that. But
I might got to order them because when I went in the store, like I said, I didn't see what I was actually looking for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My joints, like, shit, man. I like a lot of fucking sneakers, yo. I gotta say, the Concords, man, is one of my all-time favorite sneakers of all time. It's just, nigga, when I seen that patent leather in Space Jam, bruh, like, I want that.
That's like a bestseller too on the resale side, man. Like every December, more so, whether it's a day before Christmas or Black Friday, they're releasing a Jordan 11.
Yeah, man.
Whether it's a Concord,
it's a beautiful
or
shoe. It's a beautiful shoe. I gotta say, those. I really, really like the original 8s. Really like the original 8s. And shit, number 3 is hard, man. Shit. I don't have a number 3. I'm gonna just leave it with them two. Number 3 is like a toss up. You can juggle and shit. So whatever. Pause.
Okay.
Dope.
What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to get into any part of the sneaker business? Would it be sneaker restoration, buying and selling them themselves? Like, those shits even go together? How would that work? Would you partner up with somebody that's like got a sneaker restoration process going on?
I mean, for me personally, it won't make sense because I'm always selling DS sneakers. DS mean dead stock, brand new.
Okay.
So, like, I don't like selling too many used sneakers, being the fact that, like, me personally, I won't wear nobody's sneakers that they had their feet in.
Yeah.
And then on the restoration side, like, that's like a sneaker that needs restoration is like a sneaker that been beat up.
Right.
I don't want that. So I won't partner up with them. But my advice that I'll give to people, like, find your lane. Like, if you want to sell Jordans or you want to resell, sneakers, or even if you want to design your own sneaker, like, find your lane. When you start breaking off doing like 50 million things in this sneaker, like, it can get a little difficult because the sneaker game is sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's good. Like, I mean, first quarter for me, we having a good year. Who knows? Beginning of second quarter, yeah, absolutely.
Tax season.
Right.
So
I'm gonna be calling you soon, nigga. I'm looking on your Instagram today.
Right. So I mean, find your lane and what you love, like, to do. Like me, I love the adrenaline rush of getting like 50 to 80 pairs of sneakers and seeing can I move them all. I love that adrenaline rush. You know what I'm saying? So that's my lane. He be having
boxes of sneakers on Instagram, like my height. All different sizes, kids, everything. And I swear they be all selling out, yo. You gotta hit this nigga within like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
This shit be gone.
Actually, it'd be like, I get them releases usually every Saturday. If I like to be done by Sunday, I don't like to have nothing by Monday. And that all goes to how the market play too. I can either go and make my money off of it, or wait till Monday and see if the market gonna be good, then sometimes I might take a loss. So I like to go what I can get off of it, and I'm done. On to the next one.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, Flaw.
No, I was gonna say shout out to the sneaker world, man. It's
major,
something,
man.
It's something that I missed.
Yeah,
I never was a part of the sneaker game, man.
Man, ever since I had those Iversons in 3rd grade, man, I just love fresh ass shoes, bro. When I had them, it's like the fucking man, you don't even want to walk. You just want to sit in a chair with your feet up like this. You don't want them just
Don't let
dirty.
Nobody step on it. Oh,
yeah, it's a problem. You heard what the lock said? If a nigga stepped on your goddamn shoe,
Wild out.
that. You know what I'm saying?
That shit for real, man.
It's a real thing. So, what is the most money you paid for a shoe? Like a shoe for like a shoe that you want to wear, like for yourself, and that you paid to push.
Well, the most I paid for a shoe was probably like 12 or 1300. That was red bottom. That's a designer. Mm-hmm. But in regards to Jordan, I paid $1,000 and got burnt for this Jordan. I bought it off eBay. It was a Dornbecker 5.
What's that?
And it's basically like Jordan branch out with these kids with like special needs, like. One might have like a kidney failure, and it's called the Dornbecker collection. Okay. And they had a DB5 Jordan, black classic Jordan, which glow in the dark. Dang. The sneaker was going for like $1,000 to $1,500. Caught it on eBay for $1,000. PayPal the guy, you know. I'm at work just waiting, like, yeah, I'm about to get these joints. They got a flashlight on there. Basically, it's a blue light. So if you take the blue light on the sneaker, it lights up. It glow in the dark. It's dope. Damn. Google it. I'm telling you, it's dope show. Yo, I got home. My mom, matter of fact, before I got home, my mom sent me a message like, yo, you got a box here, but I don't think it's no sneaker. I'm like, oh, shit. You know, my heart started beating. I just spent $1,000. Bro, he sent me an iPhone 4 case with Dutch guts in there.
What?
Yo, wrapped up, bro. Damn. I was pissed.
Damn.
Yo, that's the thing about the sneaker game, man. You can get burnt out here. People selling fakes, people scamming. But the thing about eBay,
they hit you with the more money scheme.
Yeah, he tore me up, bro. That just broke my heart, bro. Like I was like, damn.
What was it? A cigarette box with Dutch guts?
Yo, bro, an iPhone 4 case with Dutch guts. I said, damn, he rolled after he got my $1,000. He rolled one up on me.
Got you, motherfucker.
Right.
This fitting to be a good one.
Yeah, man, he tore me up. But just so happened, being the fact that when you go through eBay and PayPal, they make sure there's no scams attached. So I had to wait like 6 weeks for my $1,000 back, but I got it back. And
I was going to ask that. Did you get it back?
Okay. Yeah. And I never bought anything else from like eBay. So.
I've never done eBay myself, but is there like a rating system where you can actually look to see if this person's legit?
Absolutely.
It was?
Well, it's like give or take because it's like a 50-50. Basically, they say buy from customers that have feedback. So people that order from them, you got reviews like, oh, he was, he shipped stuff. He was a good communication and stuff like that. I didn't pay that no attention, being the fact that I really wanted these sneakers.
Okay.
So that was out the window.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. Hey, man, this nigga got him. Yeah, get him.
But I knew at the end of the day I can get my money back. So I wasn't.
Okay. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
Now, what was the moment you realized? What was the moment when you realized the market for sneakers was like okay, I'm really going to get into this?
2011. After I went to that show, it's money to be made. Yeah, it was like mind blowing, man. Like at this time, I was probably like 22, 23. It was kids like 10 years old, like walking around with bankrolls. I'm talking about plastic bags full of money, buying sneakers. Like I was like, damn, it's deep. I need to get in.
I do remember all the young boys, all the little basketball young boys having the latest sneakers, all the crazy colorways, the Kobe's, the KDs, man. And all them shits.
And stuff like that is exclusive release. So like Nike might release like 100 pairs. So you think you get one of them 100 pairs, that's money involved. So
right, because there's so many people that want them.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Absolutely. So that's what really made me get in. And like I said, man, it's the adrenaline rush behind it. You got something that nobody else can get. Right. Therefore, you can put your own price tag on it.
I think the most I paid for a pair of shoes was like I think it was $250.
Yeah, $250 for some foams.
I think it was $250 a month.
It was tax time though.
I think it was. I can't remember what it was. It was something exclusive. I think it was those Barclays that came out a while ago, but it was before the release.
Okay,
it was before the release. Those purple ones. It was like that shiny chromish purple a little bit.
Yeah. Barkley only got like one shoe, right?
Nah, Barkley
got a couple
shoes,
but he got that one.
It was the most recent Barkley that came out. That was like a big deal. Like them shits was fire. This shit is amazing. I paid $250 for them shit.
Okay.
Don't ask me where the fuck they at now, though. I don't know what happened to I don't know what happened to them, man. Yo, tell the folks where they can holler at you, man. If they want to get some shoes, they want to get in contact with you.
Listen, my IG is OG Sneakerhead 609 _609. Again, that's OG Sneakerhead _609. I'm on Facebook as Bashawn Brown. You can find me on there too. But majority of the business is on IG. If you know anybody around Trenton that's selling sneakers, they'll be able to find me if it's not my people.
It's not deep in the game. Rooted, motherfucker.
Right. Absolutely.
Rooted, nigga.
So I see you got the ring on your finger. You're a married man, right?
Right.
You know, that's kind of, I don't want to say rare. I think that's something that's painted in our heads that black men don't get married, don't settle down. And so I'm not going to say that's rare, but it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when did you know that this was the one? Because I think that is a conversation that people in general have in their heads. Like, oh man, is this it?
Right.
Is this it?
I
How
knew
long?
like, well, we was probably dating for like 3 years, 4 years. You know, I was playing. You know, she was always ready. I wasn't ready. It was other stuff that kept on.
Isn't that normally the thing? Like women be like,
Sounds
you know,
like
I'm
sounds
ready.
Like sounds like the story.
Yeah.
Right. I was off track, man, playing around, not appreciating this beautiful woman that I had. Like, and I know it was time when I seen she had my back, bro. Like going through a lot of situations, like, you know the stuff we go through, man, in the everyday world. And it's like, it's this person that's always there for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I got my boys too, but boy can't be there for you 24/7. That's a whole different, a whole different level.
thing.
And then I just sat down like, man, like, yo, man, you got to stop playing around because this woman appreciating you and you playing around. 9 times out of 10, I was having my fun playing with, females or whatever, spending money, all this stuff. That was fun too. But when them girls don't pick up, it's lonely nights, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't say that. It get lonely at night, man.
Yeah.
So when I see she was rocking and rolling with me, like, yo, anything I need, she was there. I'm going through a situation. Pat me on the back, baby. What you need? I was like, yo, I got to stop playing.
Even when the skies was gray, you would rub me on my back and say, baby, it'll be okay.
Yes.
That is, and that's beautiful. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, just as men, right? And I know that women are going to hear this and be like, why do women have to put up with so much? And I don't know, what your wife put up with. I'm not saying
she put up with it.
Okay,
she put up with it.
Women are going to hear this and say, why do we have to put up with so much for the man to just be like, after so much heartache and heartbreak, we be like, okay, we finally get it.
Just a quick answer for that, man. We dumb.
Okay, all right.
We dumb. This is because I don't have a legit answer that would make sense.
Right.
I'm sure you know what I'm saying. You can actually formulate an answer that would make a woman go, "Oh, okay." Like, niggas just do dumb shit.
Right.
It is just like your dumb shit is completely different from my dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I was friends with your shorty and she would come to me and complain about shit you got going on, I don't know, man. You gotta, I don't know nothing about that, but I get it though, because even though I wouldn't do that exact same thing, my situation, or I understand where she'll be coming from, because I had done some stupid shit similar that had put my girl into that kind of same reaction. So niggas just do dumb shit, man. Right. It's as simple as that. And then after the dumb, it's like when you were a kid, you gotta get your ass whipped, but then you learned your lesson. Like, yeah, I shouldn't have touched it.
Absolutely.
Damn, I touched it. I know what happens when I touch it now. I'm good. I got it. Man. Thank you.
Because she left me at one point too, man, after doing all the dumb shit. She left.
Yeah.
Bro, when she left, that's when I really felt it. Like, damn, bro, what is you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? Like, wake up. Damn. I made sure I went to go get her back. I pulled up on her.
Okay. Man, I knew I
pulled up on her.
I know it was the reason I've been listening to Drew Hill all day. It's this kind of wave, man. This is real shit, yo. Like, when you gotta go get your girl back, you be scared as hell, right?
look at Offset. Offset went on stage.
He went and did it, but you be scared.
You can tell he was nervous.
Yeah,
you be scared. You don't know what's going to happen.
Men scared of rejection, man.
Yeah,
that's 100%, man.
Now I know damn well he had something written out for her, but he just got on stage and froze. Yeah, hey, look, man, I'm sorry.
He wrote that shit down. He wrote that shit down the night before. Like, I'm gonna kill her with this line right here. Yep, she gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
He got on stage. Look, man, I'm sorry,
hey,
bro. Hey, bro. I know he had to have something written out. I know he did, bro. But got on stage.
Like, you got to prep yourself for that, man. I never forget, man. She can tell you all this. I pulled up on her at her sister baby shower. all the family was there and everything, bro. I'm like, damn, please don't do me like this. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at me like
brave, son.
Yeah. You know his friends in the background probably like, man, don't take that motherfucker back.
Who's worse, the friends or the family though? Because mom.
Nah. The family was rocking with me. The family was rocking with me. They was rocking with me. It's the friends. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would have had to have one of my boys come with me. Yo, man, I need you to come have my back.
Yeah. Nah, I pulled up by myself too, bro.
You brave.
Yo, listen, man. When you want something, you gotta go get it.
That's a fact. I would have called, hey, Jarrell, you want to come with me? Well, I gonna get my girl back real quick.
Because family know. Like, the family is together because everybody put up with something. Everybody. So the family know. But the friends, for some reason, they ignore the fact that they got something going on, too.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
They not happy at home either. Facts. But they just know that when we together, the girls...
And you going to take your man back, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It may sound good. Like, oh, don't take his ass back.
Meanwhile, at home...
Yeah.
It's something about it.
Right.
But when it comes to marriage, what advice would you have for black men?
Man, I will say communication, bro. And that's something I lack. Like, it's communication, man. You got to talk. You know, talk it out. You know, everybody go through something.
Right.
Like, us black men right here, we went through a lot of stuff. Not even dealing with the female. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just we go through a lot of stuff every day in society.
And they come into our lives trying to figure out what we're going through because we don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
Or we don't even know what we went through.
Exactly.
We don't even...
Or how to verbalize it, even.
Right. Because you had so much bottled up in you, man. Yeah. And then that time that you do express it, people say you tripping.
Right.
They got to. I said this before. When you do express it, you have to be able to catch it when I give it to you. Because if you do something wrong with what I'm telling you, I won't open up again.
But you also got to be easy with how you give it, though. Like, you just can't shove it like, well, bitch, I'm mad because the work was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just shove it to her. You know what I'm saying? Woman, the gentle and shit. So you gotta, baby, listen, I just had a really long day. And if you allow me a couple minutes just to unwind, I'm going to talk to you.
Bro,
get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
you was very white.
Yo, bro, that's how you got to be, though. I'm still learning that.
You gotta do it, man. I bet you get what you want. You better turn into fucking Barry White.
But you're right. But in the heat of the moment, ain't nobody.
Listen, and that's the.
You gonna think you're a sucker?
We have to.
Shut up, boy.
That's what we don't want, though.
You ain't no man.
Hey, yo, if your girl look at you and tell you to
shut up,
shut your punk ass up. Before I drop you like I did this bitch. Word is life. Yo, if Shorty hit you with that, you in the wrong relationship, my nigga.
Man.
It's over.
Don't do that. Don't play my feelings like that. I'm gonna dump you right on the fucking spot.
That's deep right there, bro.
If I'm like, listen, baby, like I'm taking my time with you and being all gentle, you just gonna call me a bitch and tell me to shut up? Nah, listen, I'm walking out right there. I ain't even arguing. Bitch, fuck you. I ain't gonna put up with this shit.
Yeah, that's deep, man. Bro.
All right, man. So what have you learned, like, during marriage, and like what adjustments did you make? For example, and, you know, just some people that say that, you know, marriage and being in a relationship is just different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if people act different or people expect things to change when you're getting married. I don't know.
Nah, I mean, everything should remain the same. Don't get me wrong. Some things should change. Definitely financials. You know, now y'all is one. So that tax return is one.
It's one.
Bank accounts is one. Ain't no tucking money. I mean, you can still tuck your cash for your pockets, but wifey gonna find out about that. Yeah. But it's more so the same, man. Like during the relationship period, is you still learning the person. In marriage, you're still learning. You know what I'm saying?
Learning, right.
So I just say communicate, man. Keep everything 100, and strive for the best. Like I was watching YouTube, and they say like a lot of people, like definitely African American men, shy away from marriage counseling. Everybody think, oh, you need counseling. What you need counseling for? Oh, you're a sucker. Like, why you need to listen to somebody else? But believe it or not, man, there's some top celebrities out there that goes through marriage counseling, and that's something that I want to get me and my wife into, like marriage counseling. Like,
even if nothing's wrong.
Right, because you want to express some things that, like, I mean, you should always be able to talk to your partner about stuff, but, you know, it's that third party there, I think that helps too. You know, she might feel this way, I might feel this way, and there's no medium.
It's hard to talk to a person about stuff that you know will press their buttons. It's hard for you to walk on it because you don't know how to kind of approach them, but it's bothering you or it's something that you need to get off your chest. But there's also something that you know is going to set them off. So having a counselor or a third party to kind of help you break that ice into being able to express that, then that I can see that helping. But the person also got to be a listener too. Like a lot of people talk the talking part of it, but niggas don't be trying to hear what the fuck people be trying to say. So along with you being, you got to listen too.
You got to think how many people like for someone to tell you doing something wrong.
Right. Nobody.
Like nobody like that
Nobody.
shit. Oh, you ain't doing this the right way. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Off the rip.
The only thing that I would say about couples therapy, and I think that it is important, especially marriage, is just if I've said this is what I don't like and stop doing this a million times, and then when a therapist say, hey, you should stop doing that, and they go, okay, I'm gonna look at you kind of funny.
That's OD.
I'm gonna look at you kind of funny. Like,
why is it hard for the people that we love or the people that love us to actually listen to what the fuck we say, right?
But they listen to the next person.
But the next person can say the same exact thing and it's crystal clear. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit, I've had that happen to me before too. I mean, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Oh, you know what? You
such
right?
and such said this, right?
You know what? I was thinking you can fuck around and tell the same thing to your girl, like she ain't say it to you first. You know, I was talking to Greg the other day. He told me that I need to work on my temper. What you think? Nigga, I just told you that. I've been telling you that. Well, I think I'm gonna try it now. You know
I think we all guilty of that. I think we all guilty of that. You know what I mean? Like if you're going at it with your girl, or if girls you're going with your guys, and then y'all go to your friends, and your friend will check you like, yo, you was wrong. All right.
That's a real friend.
Yeah.
That's gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? You got other friends that'll give you the bullshit.
I don't like enabling friends.
You was right. Leave that nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, shit like that,
or
man.
your boys too.
Yeah, definitely. Hell
you know
yeah.
what, my nigga? If I was you, I wouldn't even go back in that motherfucker.
Hell no. Let's go down to Rio and catch these little thoughts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I don't like is just like when the situation is bad. Like you might be in the right, but they just want to point to other situations that wasn't bad, that wasn't good, so that makes this bad. Like, no, this ain't got nothing to do
with that.
With this, like, I'm actually right in this situation.
Right.
I might have been wrong that time.
Right,
But let's focus on
now,
this.
we talk about
right.
this. Right, I know you're not going to take away my victory. Absolutely not. Nah.
All right, man. Fresher fiasco time, man. When we talk about the topic, man, and we tell the people whether it's fresh or fiasco and why not. So with that being said, let's go, man.
What we got?
Fresher fiasco. Kareem Abdul Jabbar puts his NBA championship rings up for charity auction. I'm going to give you a little backstory to this. Proceeds will go to the Skyhook Foundation, which helps kids get interested and excel in science, tech, engineering, and math. Fresher fiasco, Kareem Abdul Jabbar putting his 4 rings up to get this started. Get this going.
I think that's fresh.
Why?
Being the fact that he's giving back. I mean, he's been around the game for so long. Everybody know he's a legend.
Yeah.
That hardware is still going to be there, even though he give it away. But to give it away for a good cause, I'm 100% for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I say it's fresh for multiple reasons. First, like Bashawn just said, everybody know who Kareem Abdul Jabbar is. He don't need his championship rings, and I don't think he values them to the point where he might hold on to them forever anyway. Like, I don't know if people know or not, but he was one of the people on the front lines for the civil rights movement back in the 60s. So he's a conscious OG black man. And on top of that, we need more scientists and mathematicians and stuff like that from the young kids anyway. So if he's taking what he earns from selling his rings and putting it towards some fields that could help, you know what I'm saying, the nation in the future and shit like that, and put people in places that we need, then that's a double good look.
When I first saw this article, I was like, that's fiasco. Because just off championship rings alone, I've seen so many athletes work their butt off for the championship and cry when they get it, and then later on in life, I'm going to just sell my rings. You know, so to me, it's just like, I thought these rings meant something to you. You know, but then I read the article, saw what he was doing it for, and they were talking about some rings from the 80s. Them rings probably trash.
Yeah, they probably worth
Them rings
nothing
like
garbage.
A championship ring from the 80s is probably trash. I'm going to go fresh.
I know they be mad as hell when they see the new rings come out every year. Like,
see them joints that Golden State got?
Yeah,
the rings like out the here.
34 diamonds.
Yeah.
Looking at your little one ruby high school fucking graduate ring.
Go to high school.
73 ring, nigga.
With your name on it.
Right.
Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, man. Yeah, pawn that shit, bro.
Fresher fiasco. Rather than wrestle a girl in a state championship match, Brendan Johnson forfeited. He forfeited. So let me give you a backstory to this. Brandon Johnston, the 18-year-old senior wrestler from the Classical Academy in Colorado, had never competed against a girl, and he faced the option to do so or potentially move on one round closer to his goal of winning the state title. Instead, he forfeited. He just didn't want to wrestle the girl. Meanwhile, the girl was just like, listen, man, I get it, but I'm a competitor. It's not about gender. Fresher fiasco, Brendan forfeiting and being one round away from his goal.
Oh, it's a fiasco. Hey, it's a fiasco. You know what you're doing here, baby. You signed up for this. You signed up for this. I'm about to suplex your ass into oblivion. I'm getting my state championship. Derail me from my destiny. Hell no. Hell no. You know what you're doing here. You obviously competed to get to this point. You feel me? I'm not going to let you come in the way of my dreams. Suplex City, bitch. Going the fuck down. Figure 4, if she dies, she about to get it. I'm pulling out all the styles. Leg drop. Off the top rope. Ain't even on top rope in high school wrestling, but I'm still coming off the top rope. DDT. Remember that one? You going to get this work, shorty. Fiasco, man.
That's a tough one for me, man. I mean, I think I will have a conversation with her. Like, if you want to go through it this week and rock out.
Right.
But if not, like, you know, because there's so many, like, just think about the politics in that, man. You beating on the female, you know, to get to that point, you're like, oh, it was unbalanced or something like that. So I think, I mean.
If you wanted me to pick my opponent, then you should have gave me options.
I say it's fresh to me.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
I ain't mad at it.
Now, oh man, what do I think it is? I'm gonna go Fiasco. You know what I mean? He worked his butt off and just a forfeit. And I don't really know too much about the wrestling in school, but doesn't that like affect the whole team?
Yeah.
Like remember when Young Boy had to cut his dreads off?
Right.
And he did it for the team.
Right.
So for this guy, are you taking a bump for the team? Does your teammates know? You know what I'm saying? Everybody worked hard to get here. Obviously, if she's in this round, she must have beat somebody.
Right.
She worked hard and she beat somebody.
Or the nigga in the next round going to kick her ass and get the state championship.
Or
Did he forfeit?
Yeah, he forfeited.
The next dude.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Or she might win. Or you might actually, or she actually might win.
Or you don't want to lose. Embarrassing.
Yeah,
so let me forfeit and leave with my dignity.
Maybe that was it. I seen Shorty fight in the last round and I don't want no sauce.
But let me ask you a question real quick though, like in regards to like touching that female, like wrestling, we
they
know
be all up on each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's deep right there. Like imagine
you just gotta slam her quick. Get it over with.
Imagine the conversation.
I can see them falling in love off that match.
He gonna fuck around. He gonna fuck
Love
around.
and wrestling.
Yeah. How did y'all meet in the state
Love and
championship?
Love and wrestling.
Well, I was about to put it in the suplex, but I grabbed the ass and caught a boner. And it was all down here from there.
I would go Fiasco.
Down here from there.
I think he was afraid to lose, man.
Gotcha.
I mean, she was there. I'm pretty sure they knew she was coming. Like, everybody knows college.
You know when the girl is
high
playing.
school, y'all know who y'all playing, y'all up against. Y'all know there was a girl on that team. Eventually, somebody's got to play. So he had time to think about that.
Yeah. I'm getting that match over with for Nito.
Fresher Fiasco, Master P and Jeezy are working on a joint album. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go fresh.
Okay.
I think Master P is underrated when it comes to producing. Like the Cash Money thing, he kind of like overshadowed him because he decided to go do different things, play basketball. Be a
it would have got overshadowed anyway. Cash Money was that big.
But I do think that P is dope when it comes to creating content. I think so. Like I'm actually excited for I got the Hookup Part 2 to come out. It actually looks funny. Like I don't sleep on Master P. I think Master P's a dope creative. I think Jeezy with that no limit bounce. That's what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Put that no limit bounce to it. Like how Manny Fresh got a bounce. It's like you want to hear Juvenile and Manny Fresh on the beat. Like it's got that bounce. If Master P brings that no limit bounce to a Jeezy, I might rock with that. I don't want Master P all on Jeezy. Like it sounds like a Jeezy project, but Master P's all over. I want them to collab sounds. Right. So I'm gonna go fresh if it comes out right.
I'm gonna go fresh too, man. I think like just that background music, man, where both of them come from, man. You know, they got the hustling mentality. That old me. When I listen to a song, I go off that bass line and that beat drop. So I can only imagine what Manny Fresh gonna put together. Then I think Jeezy worked with Drummer Boy or one of them Atlanta dudes. Yeah. I know that thing gonna be crazy. I can see myself now in my Ford truck bouncing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go fresh.
I'm gonna go Fiasco. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I just don't. Now if they got that, the no limit bounce is fire though. It's definitely fire, but I'm good. Like, if Jeezy came out with another album just on his own, I wouldn't listen to that either. I'm not. I haven't been really too impressed.
You're not a Jeezy fan?
I know. I like Jeezy music. You know, I'm just lately. It's like I haven't even like every once in a while I go back and listen to the Recession, but I really don't Like, I didn't idolize Jeezy's catalog overall. I wasn't a part of his demographic to begin with, trap and die and all that. That really ain't apply to me. I ain't out of trapping and dying, nothing, shit. But, I mean, I liked it for what it was, but I just feel like, it went. Like, the whole trap style was his style, and it just went, so.
I was going to say, does it have something to do, like, with the classic syndrome, where you drop such a dope project and everything else just fails to compare? Because the recession was fire. It
was amazing.
And everything else kind of after that was
kind of
under
failed to compare. And it was like, nah.
That's like, not the...
I like the Seen It All joint he did with Hov and a couple of other records he had here and there, but overall, I haven't been impressed lately by, like, his work. I kind of just feel like it's kind of moving out of his direction a little bit, honestly, musically, for what he does musically. I feel like the way music is being made now is out of his lane, is out of his direction. So he would have to reinvent himself to either sound better than the way he used to, like reinvent that old sound but make it sound better, or conform to what's going on now. And I don't think either one of them will really come out right.
Well, to me, that's the thing
with me want to listen anyway.
That's the thing with Old Cash Money and Old No Limit. Their beats that they chose made them rhyme with a type of bounce. That's why, like, when like I say, we talking about Juvenile and the Manny Fresh beat, was always that bounce. Juvie flowed on it because Manny gave you the blueprint.
That's you with that bad ass being, huh? That's you that get keep it old lady, get you keep nailing her friend, huh?
You a paper chaser? Like they just had that bounce, and I think Master P also gave his artists that blueprint as well. So maybe Master P gives him this type of bounce that he can actually play with his flow a little bit.
Right.
So why was Lil Romeo on Silk the Shocker so damn trash then?
They was just trash.
There was nothing you could do for Silk the Shocker.
They was just trash, bro.
There was nothing you can do for Silk the Shocker.
Now see Murder?
Some dough.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's still a classic. I love that.
Everybody's had that artist. Like, there's nothing Manny Fresh could have did for Turk, even though Turk had some hot bars. Right. As far as standing on his own, couldn't do it.
I don't think he was out long enough to know.
Who? Turk?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he was out long enough to know, honestly.
Yeah, he was in the background a lot.
He's more like a feature artist. But you know what I mean? So I hope that Master P and Jeezy worlds collide, not just one person overshadows the whole project. Fresher Fiasco, The Sandlot is being remade into a TV series starring the original cast. Fresher Fiasco. I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna go fresh because it has the original cast. You know what I mean? Let them kids get their bread. It's not like they're taking a title and putting other people in position to capitalize off the franchise that they built. I think that's the problem that I have with brands, like reboots. You want me to watch it because the name rings a bell. Like, for example, I was in the process of watching this show called Boomerang, only because I know the movie. I watched like 5 minutes of the show. I only stopped it because I had somewhere to go. But guess why I watched it? Because it was named Boomerang. Right. You know what I mean? So if they would have named this The Sandlot and it had nothing to do with the original characters, I probably would have watched it just because. Probably would have fell off, but shout out to them for keeping the original cast, which you really don't see in reboots. The hell you laughing at?
Hey, yo, that shit is a fiasco, my nigga. Sandlot with some grown ass men. The fuck they gonna be doing? Playing baseball still?
Yes, softball.
Get the fuck
in the neighborhood.
Killing me, Smalls. Say, hey, Mrs. Niedermeyer, is Smalls home? We have a game this evening. Hey, you 48. Nigga, don't you got work in the morning? Nah,
they got kids now, so their kids is playing in the Sandlot.
I mean, fuck them kids. Fuck them. Like in the words of Bernie Mac on Soul Man. Fuck them kids. I don't give a fuck about that. You gonna watch it?
No.
So it's a fiasco. How's it fresh if you ain't
I don't really watch TV like that, so I watch Netflix and
this
sports.
Shit, even though your reasoning for why you would watch it as opposed to why you wouldn't makes sense, when The Sandlot comes on and it ain't the original movie and it's the new show with these old ass men trying to teach their kids to play baseball, you turning that shit. You're not even gonna click on the channel on the guide.
But you know what they're looking for though, right? That little 5-second spark. Like, hey yo, when it came on at 8 o'clock, at 8 p.m., the ratings was through the roof. Why? Because people just want to know. You got new people who actually watch the station. Let's say it's ABC. Sometimes people keep their TV on ABC. Right. So now it's just going to come on. And then you're going to have the people who are interested in the Sandlot. Now, whether they stay or not, don't know. But it's a marketing tool.
One season.
Probably.
I'm going to say fiasco, man.
One season.
I was a baseball fan, and that movie, like, was something to me. Like, to see the old school joint putting on the Converse, stealing bases. That was something to me, man. Mm-hmm. To see them maybe turn it into like a show with episodes to it, like, But a movie, nah.
It's a
It is a series. It is a
Oh,
series.
it's a TV
It's a TV
series.
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 I mean, but them playing, they too old for that shit, man.
Yeah, they better
Let
not
that
be
shit
playing,
go, man.
right.
That's like going to Moody Park, seeing them,
Right,
the old
seeing
heads
they-
with the brown bag on the court, man. Leave that shit alone, man.
Toss them. Hey, I got next.
Yeah.
Wristbands, headbands, elbow.
Shorts with the tall socks,
Bruh.
man. Leave that shit alone, bro.
Bruh, hang it up, man.
And they whip you all young whippersnappers, man. You know them old heads got that old strength.
That's called being drunk.
So you don't got to fuck what you doing, right?
Not this week. No fuck is you doing, man. I didn't come across anything that was particularly really dumb. If it was, it just missed me this week.
All right, man. So that's really the episode, man. So how was your time chilling with the brothers, man?
Oh, it was cool, man. I definitely appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Not a problem, my
And
brother.
man, we need a round of applause because these guys on their 100th show, man. Like a lot of people don't get that
Yeah.
far, man. A lot of people back down to, But I saw these guys doing it from off the couch.
Yeah.
Now they're in
Yeah.
Starbucks
Mhm.
right now, man.
Starbucks.
And they, there's something positive for the town, man. So I'm behind these guys 100%, man. And I'm gonna make sure all my followers follow them, so we can have that pull like that, man. Because this is really dope to me. So
That's
man,
how we do.
Maybe we
That's how you
can
supposed to do
we
it.
can get something together, man. Maybe we can get some type of podcast brother hashtag discount for people. Who
right.
listen to
Well,
the
this what I'm gonna
episode.
do. This what I'm gonna do. What show we on?
126.
Yo, get the 150. Get the 150, and I give away a free pair of sneakers, man.
Wow, 150 episode.
And y'all pick who y'all, whether y'all want to do a raffle systems or something like that. Whatever y'all want to do, get the 150. I'm on it. Free pair of sneakers for whoever. We're gonna do that.
All right.
That's what we doing here. Let me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, so let's around episode 150. Around what time period would that put us at? Because that would determine what kicks is out and all that at that time.
I would say fall. We talking about like 20 weeks, 20 something weeks from now.
That's another.
So that's probably a whole summer.
Okay.
It's not even spring yet. So we're talking spring, summer, end of summer, probably fall.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
150?
Episode 150, man. We going.
Y'all think 150 cool? Like,
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's cool.
I
Yep.
like it.
So what y'all like 20 away, like 24 away, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
we
like
do one a week.
126.
Okay, yeah.
So we talking about like almost not even 30 weeks
24,
away. Yeah, like
24 episodes.
Yeah, and y'all can. I mean, however y'all want to campaign it, man, hit me up. I'll come down here, man. Y'all select the winner. However y'all want to do it, man. Select
I
the
like
winner.
that.
We go get them.
What is that, Big J?
August, September.
Okay.
Summer, fall. I was right.
All right. That's what it is, man. Hey, anybody want to shout out?
Shout out to my family, man. I just I just had a newborn baby. Shout out to
Congrats,
my sweetheart. Thanks, man. Journey, man. Like I
Baby
said,
Journey.
shout out to all my kids. Shout out to the family. But it's just something about that newborn baby, man. It just gives you that spark.
This is a true thing, man.
She's such a sweetheart, man.
This is a true thing. Shout out to my son Jace, man. I love my kid. I bought him some LeBrons recently, them all black joints. I went to take them to him. So I handed him the bag with the shoes. He tossed it to the side, just gave me a hug, man.
Oh man, that's love, man.
I needed that. Fuck my shoes. But he's still gonna wear them though.
I'm gonna shout out my wife and my pops, man. They're my big investors, man. And I'm gonna
shout out to the wife and shout out to Pops.
Yeah, and then my homeboy, he was supposed to come down with me, but got stuck up in New York. His name's Steve, man. He been running with me, man. You always see him with me. That's the guy that, man, I let him do the selling, man. I just put up the game plan and he make it work.
Shout out to Steve.
I like how
man.
that work, man. Like everybody think they got to do everything. Like,
right.
You need help, man.
You need help.
Shout out to Steve. I
Yeah,
see
man.
you, bro. Podcast Brothers, episode 126, man. Your boy Fresco.
Flaw 700.
And man, we out, man. You dig?